And welcome to our meeting of Monday, September 16th. Welcome to all members of County Council, staff, and the public. Call the meeting to order by resolution. Madam Clerk.
It's moved by Councillor Densham, seconded by Councillor Landry, that the meeting of the Council of the United Counties of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry be hereby called to order.
All those in favor of the motion? Motion is carried. None opposed. Adoption of the agenda. Madam Clerk.
It's moved by Councillor Landry, seconded by Councillor McGillis, that Council approve the agenda.
Any requests under the adoption of the agenda? Councillor McGillis.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Warden. I'd like to speak to the incident that happened on number 2, the tragic accident, and bring the council up to date to where we are.
Okay, I'll bring that up under miscellaneous business.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anything further? All those in favor? Motion is carried. None opposed. Are there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none, adoption of the minutes. Madam Clerk.
It's moved by Councillor McGillis, seconded by Councillor Densham, that the minutes of the meeting of the Council of the United Counties of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry, including the in-camera minutes held August 26, 2024, be adopted as circulated.
Any questions on the minutes? All those in favor? Motion is carried. None opposed. Moving on to delegations, and I will ask our CAO, Maureen Adams, to take over the meeting.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure as CAO for the counties of SDG to welcome everyone to our staff awards and recognition this morning. We are doing multiple components. It's a pleasure to have everybody here, and I think that we want to recognize the efforts and the commitments of all of our county staff, but specifically today we're going to recognize 3 components. We have a staff nominated awards where you're nominated by your peers, and so it's nice to see everybody recognize those efforts of others. So we've got four of those awards we're awarding. And then also we are going to be recognizing our long service employees and the commitment and dedication of those employees. We're going to be recognizing in total years of service it's well in excess of 145 years. So that's a number everybody should kind of keep in mind. And then we also have 2 retirees that we wanted to recognize in front of council and congratulate them on their successful careers. So with that, we'd like to start our process, and we're going to start off with our staff recognition awards. So we have 4. The first one is in the category of customer service, and customer service is really about consistently displaying high levels of expertise, enthusiasm, and initiative in dealing with internal and external customers, proactive in taking time and action to ensure customer client is satisfied, and provide service to customers internally and externally, and show a high level of satisfaction. So today we're going to recognize Corey Hagan. Is Corey here? Come on up, Corey. As many of you probably know, Corey embodies a customer service approach in his work at SDG through his interaction with external stakeholders and internally with SDG County staff. Corey consistently displays a proactive, positive, and enthusiastic attitude. A recent example of Corey's outstanding service was the farewell barbecue that he volunteered to help organize for our summer students. Corey's always willing to help. He stepped up and took the lead on this great event with enthusiasm and pride. I can tell you for the year and 7 or 8 months that Corey and I have worked together, Corey is always there to help anybody in the building. So he's great for staff morale, and we appreciate having someone that is such a generator of getting everybody rounded up to participate in events. So thank you, Corey, and congratulations. We're going to do a photo. where do we want to do this? Our second award, as well in customer service, is for Phil Duncan. If Phil can come up. So Phil is always polite, knowledgeable, and willing to collaborate. He is a point of contact for the county forest. And over the past year, Phil has displayed exceptional customer service while addressing the concerns brought forward by the Friends of Somerstown Forest in relation to the wood harvest going through the trail system this year. The harvest will have a major impact on their trails, but through active meetings, demonstrations, and continuous open communication, the group understood the needs and have been very receptive to the project. So thank you very much, Phil, and congratulations. Our third nomination is a Safety Smart Award. And we're looking for nominations that represent consistently safe work practices, identifies and reports potential hazards which could affect an employee or a group of employees, and regularly goes above and beyond the expected safety standards. So today we're going to recognize Kyle Wheeler, if he will come up. Kyle is an active member of the Joint Health and Safety Committee as a representative from SDG Counties Transportation Patrol Garage section. Kyle successfully completed the in-class and online certification training throughout 2023. Kyle brings valuable insight to the committee and encourages solutions based on discussions for health and safety matters. So thank you very much, Kyle. Our fourth award is for innovation, sustainability, and leadership. And the point of that award is to display outstanding creativity and/or innovation, volunteer your time for the benefit of the community while portraying a positive image of the township, working through solutions that will improve the workplace and increase productivity, reduce expenses. This award is going to be awarded to Jeff Anderson. Jeff is unable to join us this morning, but I'm going to just give you a little bit of a breakdown of what Jeff did and what his nomination was for. Jeff was hired in late 2023 with the SDG Counties. He quickly put his knowledge of welding to use by fabricating a cold patch tray for the trucks at his patrol garage. The design reduced wasted materials during the cold patching process. The new design also improves ergonomics for staff. His innovative thinking will save money on efficient use of materials and also reduce the risk of injuries to staff. Following the success of his design, he has been asked to implement the tray at the other 3 patrol garages. So join me in recognizing Jeff. So thank you. Now we would like to move on to our long service awards. And so we have awards ranging from 25 through to 10 years of service. Our first award is for Christine Dennis, 25 years of service. Christine was not able to join us this morning, but we will make sure that we give congratulations on to Christine. Our second long service award is for Steve Perkins. If Steve would please come up. 20 years of service. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take a photo. Thank you. 15 years of service. I'm going to call up Mr. Ben DeHaan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Uh, 15 years of service, Randy Pichet. Uh, 15 years of service, Colleen Cracknell. Also, from Library Services, we have 15 years for Rose Decline, and she's unable to attend this morning. Moving on to 10 years of service, I'm going to call up Mr. Trevor Baker. Stephen Lalone is also celebrating 10 years of service, but was unable to join us this morning. Next, I'd like to call up Iris Clark for 10 years of service, Library Services. And our last ward for years of service is Jennifer Harper, and she was unable to attend this morning. And for our final two awards, we have two retirements that we're going to recognize this morning, and I'm going to call up the directors for those employees to say a few words with respect to our retirees. So the first individual that we're going to recognize is Mr. Peter Vlad from Library Services. And Rebecca, please come up.
Today, we have the honor of celebrating Peter Vlad, who retired after an extraordinary nearly 30 years of dedicated service. Peter, this milestone is a testament to your unwavering commitment and the positive impact you've made throughout your career. You have touched the lives of so many around you. It's wonderful to remember that it was through one of these connections that you met your wife, adding a personal and cherished chapter to your story here. Peter started with the SDG Library in 1994, working as the courier 2 days a week. As time progressed, he transitioned to a full-time career, delivering and distributing books, county, and library materials across all local municipalities. Going above and beyond in his duties, Peter was a co-chair of the county's Joint Health and Safety Committee for years. conducting regular inspections of the county buildings and garages. I always appreciated the attention to detail Peter gave for the safety of others. It was not unusual to find Peter shoveling snow between his stops to ensure that staff had a clean walkway to get to their branch. In my short time working with Peter, he always showed up to work with a positive attitude and went out of his way to say hello and goodbye every single day. His kindness and consideration of others have left a lasting impression on all of us, whether it was changing a light bulb or bringing in a coworker's favorite chocolate bar. I hadn't said a word to anyone, but on the last day of my 6-month probationary period, Peter somehow knew and was ready for a celebratory non-alcoholic drink to commemorate the day. Our days were not always filled with sunshine and roses, though. Last November, I remember getting into the biggest argument with Peter. It lasted several months. In fact, he may still not agree that Die Hard is the best Christmas movie out there. As you enter into this new chapter of life, we wish you all the joy and relaxation you so richly deserve. May your retirement be filled with new adventures and cherished moments. Congratulations, Peter, our undeterrable lottery leader and #1 Blue Jays fan. Thank you for all your years of exceptional service and for being an incredible part of our team.
And we would also like to recognize Karen McDonnell for her recent retirement. I'm going to call Ben DeHaan up to say a few words.
Thank you. I could go on forever about Karen, and I do want to say, so Karen retired early this year, officially. I was in North Dundas, which was a fantastic experience for me, but certainly I will say one thing that, if I could call it a regret, was that I wasn't around for the last couple of months of Karen's career here, because I really had always enjoyed working with her, and it was a little bit of a sadness in my heart that I wasn't here for that end. But Karen, just a little background on Karen. She started in financial services in 2003 as the accounting clerk. She fit in with the counties right away. She's got the right personality and work ethic and style to fit right in with the office. Her background was in the construction industry, so it was a real natural progression for her to move to transportation in 2011 as our purchasing coordinator. That construction experience was invaluable, and really for the counties, I want to say one of the greatest benefits of having Karen come into transportation is she took joint tendering really to the next level for us, and a lot of the successes we have around joint procurement and things like that are thanks to Karen. I'm pretty confident in saying she was the county's first professional certified public buyer. I'm 99% confident that that's correct across all of our region. She was the first one there. She got that designation in 2014. And she offered supports to all the departments here in the county, as well as local municipalities and all sorts of procurement. She was an active member in all sorts of things, staff related and social related. She was a great teammate to have down in the office. Always a pleasure to come in the morning and have a chat with Karen and hear her laugh throughout the day. The only thing I think she loved more than Paul Emanuele's courses was spending time with the grandkids, which I'm sure is happening quite a bit nowadays. So congratulations on your retirement officially, Karen, and it's nice to see you.
I think that it's fantastic that we can recognize these employees in front of County Council this morning. Following our council meeting, we're going to have a small reception, so we have some refreshments coming in. And with the assistance of the warden, our agenda is relatively light today, so I don't think our meeting will take too long. So once the meeting is adjourned, we really hope everybody sticks around and comes back and has refreshments with us to continue. Many of us have not had a chance to see everybody for a little while, so it would be great to see everybody stick around. So with that, I'll wrap this up, and then we will go back to our meeting.
Okay. So I'd just like to say on behalf of County Council, thank you to all the award winners, and a little jealous for the people that are retiring. I'm a little bit ahead of my Freedom 82, but that's fine. So just thank you for all the hard work you do, and thank you for making us look good, and we really appreciate it. So thank you. Okay, we'll move on to Transportation Services, Resolution of Support, Blue Box Regulation for Ineligible Sources. Madam Clerk.
It's moved by Councillor Densham, seconded by Councillor McGillis, that the Council of the United Counties of Stormont, Dundas and Glengarry supports Township of North Glengarry Resolution Number 7, requesting the Province of Ontario to amend the Blue Box Regulation for Ineligible Sources, and that a copy of this resolution of support be sent to the Honourable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Andrea Kanjan, Minister of the Environment, Conservation and Parks, the Honourable Graydon Smith, Minister of Natural Resources and Forestry, MPP Nolan Quinn, MPP Stefan Sterazin, and local SDG municipalities.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, Derek.
Good morning. And through you, Mr. Warden, this here is just kind of a quick action request. I'm sure many of you around this table have already had this somewhere across your agendas. As you'll well know, through the Government of Ontario, there's a new blue box regulation coming out, effective January 1st of next year, that all collection and recycling is going to be taken care of by the source providers. What that means is we'll no longer be collecting blue box recyclables ourselves. However, it does not include ICI. So any industrial, commercial, and institutional agencies have to find their own blue box collection. So this resolution is just basically asking the provincial government to rescind their, or adjust or amend their original regulation to include all ICI collection.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions? Go ahead, Councillor McGillis.
Thank you, Mr. Warden, through you. We talked about it at our last council meeting. Derek was there as well. And, you know, we thought maybe that there's a possibility that it will discourage recycling. Some of the garbage or recycling might end up with their curbside garbage. And the cost of doing it now with the municipality and ICI, different companies, commercial, industrial, will be a problem. I think it may be a problem for all of us here at every local level. So I think that I'll certainly support this this motion, because I think they have to think it out a little bit further.
Okay, thank you. Anything further? So before I take a vote on this, I just want to congratulate Derek. This is his last county council meeting as he leaves for South Stormont after they poached one of our people. Payback is, yeah. So, Derek, just on behalf of County Council, thank you for all the great work you've done, especially in the last year, stepping up, and last year and a half stepping up and moving into a role, and especially when Ben left, geez, you know, it went really well. But again, thank you very much for everything.
Thank you, Mr. Warden, and through you again, I'd like to thank all council. It's been a great experience, and everybody's very supportive of my term here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor of the motion? Motion is carried. None opposed. Okay, moving on to bylaws, appointing auditors. Madam Clerk.
It's moved by Councillor McGillis, seconded by Councillor Landry, that the Council of the United Counties of Stormont, Dundas and Glengarry accept the proposal from MNP LLP for external audit services, and that bylaw number 5466, being a bylaw to appoint MNP LLP as the municipal auditors for the years 2024 to 2028 inclusive, be read and passed in open council, signed and sealed.
Welcome, Rebecca.
Good morning, Council. So this past summer, we did submit an RFP out for bidders in response to audit services for the next 5-year term. We did receive one sole bid from MNP for the next term for 2024 to 2028. We have been very happy with the services MNP has provided over many, many years. Previous to MNP, they were CKDM. I do believe they've been the auditors the whole life that I've been here so far. We are very happy with their services that they provide, and I am recommending that we do go forward with their submission. Despite the increased costs, it is still within the industry norm. We've benefited from so many years from very low fees that, and that I do understand that the fees now are more in line with the industry standard. So despite the increase, I still would like to recommend that we go forward with this audit firm.
Okay, thank you. Is there a reason why you think we only got one bid?
Based on communication that I've had throughout the province of Ontario, the treasurers with the group over the last, since COVID actually, auditors are having difficulty with staffing, being able to take on big contracts such as municipalities. We did have one comment from one county, I believe it was Renfrew, their auditor for many, many years has, is no longer their auditor. They actually removed themselves from that because they don't have staffing. It's just the way that the industry is going. So
it just seems quite the increase from previous. I mean, if it would have doubled, but we've almost tripled, so it just seems a little crazy. Councillor Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Yeah, I have to admit to a little bit of sticker shock here. I'm just wondering, you say that those costs are more in line with industry standards. Do you have numbers from other companies or surrounding municipalities in terms of what they pay? And it would be more comforting to know that we are that we have numbers to back that up. Thank you.
I could compile numbers from emails that have gone back and forth for the last couple of years, but I do know that even the local municipalities, I do believe these costs are still lower than what the local municipalities are paying, a few in particular. But if it's something that council would like to defer, we could definitely, I can get that information. Should we go back out to RFP, I can't guarantee that we would get any other bids or that MNP's bid would still come in at the price that it's coming in at. Based on other counties with similar services, some of the fees that have been coming up through our email have been upwards of 50, 60, 70,000, and I've constantly saying how lucky we were that we had them so low, but I knew it was coming to an end based on the responses we've been getting. It's similar to insurance costs that have been going up, consulting costs that have been going up, things like that. So.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Broad.
Yeah, through you and through you, Warden. Thanks, Rebecca, for the report. On some of the other boards I sat on, and more in particular, Rita St. Lawrence Utilities, we were facing the same challenges. Can't get RFPs, we can't get folks to bid, and all the companies are facing challenges of staffing. So I'll echo Rebecca's comments that those are true, facing challenges of increases and staffing issues.
Okay, thank you. Further questions or comments? Councillor McDonald, you're not going to not. Go ahead.
Some of these costs, through you, Mr. Warden, would be because of change of legislation too. Like they are required to do post-closure costs and like asbestos in the ceiling. So it's not just that they are charging more, yes, but there's also they're required to do more, which causes quite a bit of more work. And if you want like a comparable, I think when I left South Glengarry, it was 25 to 30,000 at the local level. That was 2021. And I'd imagine this year we're paying upwards of 70 to 90,000. So that would be comparable. I've always thought the counties had quite low ones, exceptionally low ones, and this is, to me, more in line with what I see at the local level or saw at the local level. So I kind of echo the sentiments of Ms. Russell.
Well, Councillor McDonald said it's okay. I'm good with it. Go ahead.
So anything, as Councillor Lachlan indicated, any other services, so auditing standards have changed over the years. CAS 315 came out a couple of years ago where it did require additional audit standard work to be done. That was charged in addition to our audit fees of $14,000. So it did bring up our fees for that year. We also have new asset retirement obligation standards that have to be complied with, so there was some additional work that has to be done with that. The auditing standards are constantly changing, and based on that information, Councillor McDonald is correct. The services that they provide are quite extensive, and they do have to complete a lot more work to complete that audit. We do make sure that we do everything on our end to minimize any additional fees, which we've been very successful with.
Okay. Further questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you. And items under the consent agenda. Madam Clerk.
It's moved by Councillor McIsaac, seconded by Councillor Densham, that all items listed under the consent agenda section of the agenda be received for information purposes.
Any discussion on the consent agenda? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion is carried. None opposed. Boards and committees. Joint liaison meeting is coming up. Library Board. Go ahead, Councillor McDonald.
Thank you very much. I guess Councillor Broad normally takes this one, so I'm gonna try to do it justice. We brought our circulation policy up. Something interesting to know for if you know anybody who's going to the Glengarry Memorial Hospital, we will be offering a 3-month temporary pass. So those people who are there for a while, it's a benefit to them, and they don't have to be from here. But it's 3 months. That's kind of a cool feature. It's a pilot right now, and perhaps we move to Winchester. But that's something we're looking into and excited about. Friends of the Library, we have 4 to 5 groups. One is very active. I believe it's the North Stormont group, and they're all very helpful. So we're looking through our policies. So if you have a library where you're thinking there's community members that are interested, please reach out to us. We have that policy working. We had the TD Summer Reading Program, which is sponsored all by TD. 2,300 students, 1,000 people in branch did it this summer, which is quite something. There was 2,700 interactions with the library board in the community. And I think I can't fail to remind everybody that we do have SDG Reads Monday, October 7th, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at North Stormont Place. Get your ticket, and there is a VIP if you'd like to meet the author.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on the report? Seeing none, good job. Moving on to Police Services Board, we have an upcoming meeting. Eastern Ontario Health Unit, no report. Glenstow Dunn Lodge.
Meeting on Wednesday.
Meeting on Wednesday. St. Lawrence River Institute, Andrew's not here. Raisin South Nation Water Protection, no meeting. Municipal Advisory, Councillor Fraser, no meeting. Eastern Ontario Agri-Food Network, meeting coming up. Regional Incentives Program Approvals Committee, no meeting. Rural Education, no meeting. Social Development Council, coming. SDG Forest Working Group. That's pretty much the quickest board and committees. Yes. Councillor Fraser.
Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Warden, and through you. The Joint Liaison Committee that will be meeting this month later on. I'm sure all members of council are aware of the shifting around that has gone into the city of Cornwall, and I just want to express my concern as we're approaching budget time. I'm really concerned about the smooth transition and delivery of information that we're able to receive and provide to council as we move ahead. It does cause great concern for me, and I think it should cause great concern for all that as we move towards budget time, that this issue is there. Yep. And if you have further comments, Mr. Warden, please.
No, thank you for that. I share your concerns. Feel a little bit blindsided by it, but at the same time, we're obviously going to have to work through this. Melissa Morgan has done a fantastic job. I don't know Lisa all that well that's taking over, but hopefully we will have the confidence in her as well. So I'm looking forward to our next joint liaison meeting to work through some of these issues. Thank you. Okay, moving on to administrative update. Oh, sure, go ahead.
Thank you. I thought this would be a great time to, I'd be remiss if I didn't congratulate South Stormont for winning again the ball tournament that we had. It was a great ball tournament from what I heard, and I wasn't able to make it, but we were the second, this is the second year in a row that we played, and it's going to be an annual thing. And all the teams played really well from what I hear, but of course the trophy will be proudly displayed in my office again this year. Thank you.
So I was there and I saw your team. We're waiting for the steroid test to come in. And so we'll determine who the actual winner is then. Definitely there were no steroids on the North Glengarry team because, wow. Anyways, thanks for that. Okay. Key information, administrative update, September. Madam CEO.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. So I just have a couple of dates that I wanted to highlight. So we have the Warden's Banquet on October the 26th in Alexandria, and the link has been sent out for everybody to go in and purchase your tickets. I wanted to speak a little bit about, we were trying to find a Saturday morning that would work for everybody for potentially the social services funding committee. We had originally indicated October the 19th, but that date is not good for a couple of members of council. So I wanted to ask everybody right now if November the 2nd might work. It's only 2 weeks later. I think we're confident we can still manage this through the budget process this year. But if we could get everybody participating in that meeting, I think that would be ideal. So
It works for me.
November 2nd?
Everyone's good?
Okay, so
Perfect.
we're gonna try and move forward with that date. What we're gonna do with the facilitator, maybe just to give everybody a bit of background, we're proposing that the 4 members of that committee meet with ourselves and the facilitator in advance, talk about what we'd like to accomplish that day, how we'd like to structure the morning, and then we'll have the half-day session. Certainly will be open to the public, and then we'll come back to council with a fulsome report. So we'll work towards November the 2nd. So thank you, everyone, for checking your calendars. And I think for me, Mr. Warden, I think that's primarily it. Maybe I could just speak to shared services a little bit. We do have a shared services meeting coming up per Councillor Fraser's comments later this week. We're going to have a little bit of a briefing as to where we stand with upcoming budgets for 2025. We are anticipating some significant increases in shared services, and then we're going to have another meeting in October that will actually go through those budgets in total. So, and we've always had a very good working relationship with the City of Cornwall, so we will support them through the transition of staff and continue on. And that's it for me.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to miscellaneous business. Just an update from Councillor McGillis.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Warden. I wanted to talk about the accident that happened there. So in the wake of the tragic accident that occurred recently on County Road number 2, I'm sure everyone is aware there's an online petition demanding immediate construction of the recreational path along County Road 2, connecting from the Trail of Long Sault to Ingleside. The right-of-way along the route are mostly owned by the St. Lawrence Parks Commission, and also there are private landowners, and also there's hydro property there too as well. The township, South Stormont, has no jurisdiction to initiate an extension project for a dedicated recreational path along number 2. However, we reached out to our counterparts at both SDG County and as well as the provincial level. Our goal is to access and advocate for serious consideration around preferred options to improve safety along this route in short term and as well as long-term solutions. One suggestion is to erect reflective bike path bollards along the south side of number 2 and also Hoople Bridge, where cars are parked often there from the fishermen's parking their vehicles and pickup trucks, and bikers have to pass into the traffic to pass to get through the bridge area. There's a meeting tomorrow with the County Engineer Department and the Public Works Department to demonstrate our support for a safer path on a very busy road where there is lots of truck traffic and vehicles. I don't know what the count is, but it's increasing every year. I know there's a meeting tomorrow with our engineering department and also our Public Works Department too as well, to try to find short and long-term goals to try and make this highway, or this road, it used to be called number 2 highway, but this road a lot more safer for pedestrians, i.e. Bikers as well. I know that this meeting tomorrow, maybe I'll ask if through you, Ben, to say a few words, if you will, regarding this meeting tomorrow.
Yep, thank you. Ben?
Thank you, and just very briefly, I won't get too far into. Councillor McGillis summed it up very well, but we expect this is going to be the first of many meetings to, as we look at opportunities to improve the safety along that corridor, because there's a need for us to really dive into this and understand and make sure we have the right path going forward.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, thank you for the update, Councillor McGillis. Closed session. I'll ask the clerk for a closed session resolution.
It's moved by Councillor Fraser, seconded by Councillor McIsaac, that council proceed in camera pursuant to Section 239(2)E of the Municipal Act 2001. Litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board for an official plan appeal matter, and pursuant to Section 239(2)C, a proposed or pending acquisition of land by the municipality or local board for a purchase and sale matter.
Thank you. All those in favor? Motion is carried. motion to come back to regular session.
It's moved by Councillor Landry, seconded by Councillor Broad, that council rise and reconvene in open session without reporting.
All those in favor? Motion is carried, none opposed. Ratification bylaw.
It's moved by Councillor Densham, seconded by Councillor Fraser, that bylaw number 5467, being a bylaw to adopt, confirm, and ratify matters dealt with by resolution, be read and passed in open council, signed and sealed.
All those in favor? Motion is carried, none opposed. Adjournment by resolution.
It's moved by Councillor Broad, seconded by Councillor Landry, that council adjourn to the call of the chair.
All those in favor? Motion is carried. Thank you, everyone. Good meeting, quick meeting, and thank you for joining us today. So have a great rest of your day.